Shooters love the M&P series from Smith & Wesson. This one is the M2.0 Core Compact. What does all that mean? Well, the M2.0 set of features means a couple things. Aggressive grip texture. Lets you hold onto the gun. It's hot, it's sweaty out here. The gun doesn't slide around in my hand, especially important in recoil. Now also, the trigger. This has an upgraded trigger. The M2.0 has a nice trigger on it. Now this particular gun does have an ambi thumb safety, and it falls right where my thumb wants to fall, so it's easy to run. Now the core system is all about having an optic on top, and it comes with multiple plates depending on what red dot you want to run on it. So you have some flexibility with that. This gun also has suppressor-height sights. Well, what those do, because it makes them taller, and obviously the optic is a little bit taller, now you can see your sights through the window of the optic. But as people add red dots to their guns, there's something I want to clarify here. Don't try to co-witness your iron sights with your dot. Sight in the dot. It might line up with your iron sights. It may be pretty close, but don't try to worry about where the iron sights are in relation to the dot. Sight in the dot, use the dot, because you have to notice that this is on a different plane than the sights. Maybe a little bit, but it may just make a difference. So also, something that people do when they first start shooting a red dot on a pistol, some people will try to line up the iron sights and the red dot all together when they're shooting. Well, that's not the point. The point is just use the dot. You don't have to line up the rear sight, the front sight. That's slower. The point of a red dot, it helps you be faster. Another big advantage of having a red dot on a gun is longer targets. So if I'm just using the irons, you have a rear sight, you have a front sight, you're lining all that up. If you were to shoot a target, this target's at about 40 yards, the target is getting smaller because of the perspective, right? Well, the irons stay that same size, and eventually the irons are covering up the target, especially if the target is small. Now it's hard to figure out, am I in the middle, am I up, am I down? Let's shoot a little bit. So using the iron sights, you can get hits, but it does cover up a lot of the target. With a dot, it's a smaller aiming point. So now the smaller aiming point, you can tell I'm on the body or I'm aiming at the head or wherever it is, and it's a more precise aiming point. Being able to make those longer shots is helpful, whether that's in competition or there could be a case for a defensive use of having to make a longer shot. And it's also just fun to be able to make those types of shots. So a red dot on this Smith & Wesson M&P M2.0 Compact with the core, it's pretty nice to have.